guys, Olivia here again. So today I'd like to discuss breaking cycles and generation negatives. It's basically a rephrasing of, bad things that happen because of maybe something our parents did, or even our grandparents or even their parents did. That is what, a generation means, or that is, where individual stems from. So, moms, I'd like to ask the question, um, how did you break some cycles that weren't good? How did you break some cycles that you saw your parents do or even your grandparents do? I'll give my example, and this is really for you to do some self-reflection as you nurture the next generation. So, cycles that were broken by myself. Both of my parents smoked cigarettes, and I totally hated that. Even to the point where I used to take my mom's cigarettes and hide them, break them, and I used to get in trouble for it. So I broke that negative cycle because I knew I didn't like it. To me, I had this notion of, ew, it's yucky, it's smelly. I couldn't even imagine to kiss someone with cigarette breath. And so that is how I broke that cycle of, cigarettes from my parents to myself. That is from one generation to another generation. What are some other things? What are some other cycles that we come up against? Maybe something happened in the family, something dramatic. Let's say a divorce. So I was about, I want to say maybe 12 or 13 when my parents decided to separate. And I couldn't understand why. Why were they separating? I was very perplexed about it. I was not happy. But now, as an adult, I have used that to leverage myself to be better in my relationship with my spouse, to be better in my marriage, to have more communication, because I know that when I was a child, that affected me dramatically. And in my present, I don't want that to affect me again or even my children. So as of now, I have broken that cycle. So moms, I'd like you to reflect on how you can break some cycles and how you can break some generational negatives. And what it really comes down to, moms, is making a choice, making a decision not to travel those paths, because I believe those paths lead to negative outcomes, demise of ourselves, demise of our children. And it also allows things that are not good to influence us as moms. So I'd like to read something here that talks about, our inheritance. And inheritance has to do with our generation as well, things we inherit within our bloodline. And of course, it's going to be biblical, coming from Deuteronomy 30, verses 19. And it says, I call heaven and earth as witnesses today against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that both you and your descendants may live. So Deuteronomy 30:19, I encourage you, moms, if there are some cycles that need to be broken, to really take a look at that and really, try to focus on that as you begin this year, 2025. You have the next 11 months to work on those things. And if you really focus on those things that are negative, if you really focus on those cycles that you want to be broken, anything you give your focus to and put attention to, you can accomplish. And keep in mind, it doesn't only affect you, it affects your children. So this is Olivia with God Times for Moms. God bless.